Today we're going to take a look at the absolute value of integers. To begin, just as we always do, we are going to write our learning goal. Today our learning goal states that we will identify and describe absolute value of integers. Over the past several days, we have been working with integers. And if you recall from our previous lessons, integers include all of the whole numbers, both positive and negative, and that also includes 0. We also know that 0 is a neutral number. We're going to begin by looking at the absolute value. The absolute value of a number is its distance from 0 on a number line. Absolute value can never, ever be negative. Okay, one example I like to give when I think about absolute value is thinking about running on a track. Okay, if you can imagine a track, much like ours at school, it's an oval shape. If this is the starting line here, and you're told to run 4 laps, you can begin here and go around counterclockwise, and that counts as 1 lap, and you do it 4 more times, and you end up with 4 laps. If you begin from that same starting point and run clockwise, once you get back to the start point, you have completed 1 lap. The direction does not affect how many laps you run. Just like on a number line, with an absolute value, the direction you are moving from 0 does not have any effect on the absolute value. We're only looking at distance traveled rather than the sign of the number. So let's take a look. The symbol for absolute value is considered or is a straight line on either side of a number or an expression. Okay, so it's going to look much like this. And then an x will represent an integer, and then you have a second vertical line. Take a look at the example down here. It says 6 means, okay, and we see those uprights. So that means the absolute value of 6 means, here we are, the absolute value of 6, which is, if we start at 6 on the number line, and we count how many jumps we take or how far away it is from 0, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. We know that the absolute value of 6 is 6 because the number 6 is 6 spaces away from 0. If we're looking at the absolute value of negative 6, we're going to notice a similar trend. Okay, we're going to start on negative 6. Here we've plotted our point, and we're going to count back to 0. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So the absolute value of negative 6 is also 6 because it too is 6 spaces away from 0. Okay, let's take a look at another example together. We're going to take a look at guided practice. And this time we're asked to evaluate the following. And we know that the word evaluate means the same thing as solve. So we're going to solve the following problem. First, and if we look, it's asking the absolute value of 1 plus the absolute value of negative 4. Step 1 for this problem, we are going to find the distance 1 is from 0 on the number line. So again, we're going to plot our point, 1, and we have one step. So the absolute value of 1 equals 1. If we take a look at step 2, it tells us or asks us to find the distance -4 is from 0 on the number line. Again, this time we'll start on -4, and we're going to see how far or what our distance is from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the absolute value of -4 is 4. Finally, in step 3, we're going to read, write, and evaluate, there's that word again, solve the expression. This time we're going to fill in the values, or the absolute values for our problem. So we know the absolute value of 1, as we found out earlier, is 1. The absolute value of -4 is +4. We kept our operation symbol the same. It was positive. It was plus here. We're going to look at plus there. So we are really doing the simple addition or finding the sum of 1 plus 4, which equals 5. Down here, right where it says solution, the last thing we are going to do is we're going to rewrite our problem. Absolute value of 1 plus the absolute value of -4 equals 5. And that's our solution. That's all we're going to do today. We will have independent practice, so please make sure you have filled in all of your notes and that you have glued this into your notebook. Have a good night.